grade, I won the spelling bee. And that event in my life carried me for many years, helped me to feel valuable and purposeful, like I was capable of accomplishing amazing things. In that season of life that was not typical of the rest of my days, like I said, that was that one thing I had. And partly because the morning after the spelling bee, I walked into my classroom and there were flowers sitting on my desk. My teacher, Miss Schroth, had left them there. And while that doesn't seem remarkable in and of itself, throughout my 4th grade year, Miss Schroth often caught me lying for attention, lying to get away with, to get out of trouble, to get away with things. She caught me being very disrespectful to my peers, being mean intentionally, as well as to other adults. So in that time when I was acting so unlovable because I didn't know my own value, she chose to love me. And without ever naming God, she showed me the love of God through her actions, through her choosing to love me despite how I was acting. And that love that she chose to give me changed the trajectory of my life completely. So much so that I got much better grades as the years went on in school, and I became a teacher so that I might have that same impact on students as she had on me. Whenever I look back at my less than perfect past, I have so many stories of God's prevenient grace, God's grace that came before I could ever identify it or recognize it as God. Times when I was forgiven that I absolutely did not deserve it. Seasons of life where I took unnecessary risks and yet was protected. God has absolutely always loved me. That is the starting point of my faith. That is the foundation of everything I believe. And that simple yet so amazing fact is so unbelievably remarkable to me that I can't help but share my faith. I can't help but pass that on and help others identify where God is acting in their lives as well. I know how those examples of unconditional love changed my life and did lead me eventually to identifying God as my creator and as the one who had given that grace. And out of appreciation for that, I still hope in everything I do to have that same impact on others. I am working with a group called the West Bloomington Revitalization Project right now as I switch into my role as a deacon in the United Methodist Church. And in that role, I get to be a bridge from the church into the world and from the world into the church as we love and serve each other together. And I hope that in that time, as I am working with neighborhood kids and residents from that area, and we're serving together, whether it's a movie night and we're making popcorn and s'mores together, or handing out popsicles to all the kids that we see at the park, fixing their bikes, whatever the task is that we're working on, I hope that I can help them find that value in their life, that purpose, that also can be, that they will be able to identify at some point as God's grace being given to them, even though they don't identify it as that maybe yet. So I will be sharing my faith and my actions as we do bike repairs, as we do home maintenance, work days, and as we just build community together. Absolutely, that will be doing some practical things to share faith. But more often, I feel like my faith will be shared in those little conversations as I build trust, as they build trust with me, and we work together in community. It's also going to be built when things don't go as we had planned, when that trust is broken, when things are not going well in our ministry, but we make the choice to love each other in spite of that. Making that choice to love each other is how I share that foundation of my faith, that God is love. When people ask me why I'm spending my time in this neighborhood that's kind of far from my home, why I am taking my time and my energy to do these things, my answer reflects that foundation as well. God put people in my life at every step of the way to show me love, to speak God's love into my life, and I want to do that. I'm called to pass that on to others as well. Throughout this semester, I've been fortunate to have the book Evangelism for Non-Evangelists by Mark Teasdale, and that has helped me reflect on my faith. What is the core? What is at the foundation of my faith? That is that God loves me and loves others. But then also think about how to creatively incorporate that into everything I do. And as I said, I'm hoping it's through those relationships that I have with others. Thank you.